Hello everyone, my name is Jacob. Today we are going to be doing a book haul. It'll be the first book haul that I've done in who knows how long. These books that I have here are just the ones I found in my house that I have gotten since the last time I did a book haul, which was sometime last summer, I think. And I didn't buy too many books over the last semester, but I got a lot of books for Christmas, so we're gonna do that. Overall, I think it's about 15 to 20-ish books. I'm really excited to show them, so let's get started. The first one I have here is Reawakened by Colleen Hook, and this is the first book in what I would assume is a trilogy. I do not know very much about the story, except that I know that it is related to Egyptian mythology. Colleen Hook wrote the Tiger's Curse series, and I only read the first book in that series because it didn't enthrall me like I really wanted it to, but I've decided I'm gonna give this one a go. It looks cool, I think it sounds cool, so why not? I got it. This Song Will Save Your Life by Lila Sales. It is a standalone novel that I really have nothing to say about because I have not read it and I don't know anything about it. I've heard some good things. I know a few people who have read this, and according to GOODREADS, it's not supposed to be too bad of a thing. So I also received an arc of First and Then by Emma Mills, which I believe is out right now, so that is how you know that I'm not very good at reading things on time. According to the book's description, it says it's a mixture between Pride and Prejudice and Friday Night Lights. It is quite short, and I feel like I can read it relatively quickly, so. I've also received Trial by Fire by Josephine Angelini. I might have butchered that last name completely. From everything that I've seen about it, it is some sort of fantasy novel, and I think it's going to be a trilogy. Do not quote me on that one. I've also been given The Novice by Taran Matharu. The only thing I know about this is that it's about a blacksmith's apprentice who finds out that he can summon demons or something along those lines. I don't know, we'll see. I think it sounds interesting. I haven't heard too many things about it in general, but why not give it a shot? I don't know. I've also received quite a few books from Simon Pulse because I have a connection. The first one that I have to show you is Willful Machines by Tim Florine. I started to read this one. I read a couple of chapters one day during last semester of school, and I put it down because I wanted to read the other book that I was reading at the same time. The main character is the son of the president. That is all I remember from what I read, but it really was not that bad, so I think I'll be finishing that sometime, hopefully soon. Here I also have Zeros by Scott Westerfeld. This is supposedly about people who go from zeros to heroes. Scott Westerfeld is a pretty good author. I've enjoyed several of his books in the past, so I cannot wait to get into this one, and I like the cover, I like the color scheme and all that. So Violent Ends from a lot of different authors. This is a book that I actually know quite a lot about because my sister has given me the DL about it. It has all of these authors in it, if you can see. Essentially, this story is about a school shooting, and each author who wrote a chapter of this book tells the story of someone from that high school, and all of these stories kind of come together to give you some sort of narrative and show you how gun violence and school shootings affect everyone involved. It sounds like quite an intense read in my opinion, but I think it'll be really interesting to read. It'll be something that I've never read before. This next one I got for Christmas from my sister, and I'm really excited about it. It is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. It's the fourth book in the Throne of Glass series, which you probably know by now that I really like. I just finished the third book a little under a month ago. Then I got this for Christmas, so it was perfect timing. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to read this. It's really quite long, and I'm about to go back to school in a couple of days, but I'm just incredibly excited to see what happens next. The third book was not my favorite in the series. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I think it was actually the weakest of the 3 that I've read, but I think that just had to do with the circumstances of what was going on in the novel and the purpose of what the third book was about. But the fourth one seems like we're going to get right back to the action, and I'm really excited about it. Diary of a Haunting by M. Verano, which has a very interesting cover. It's like a plastic cover, and we have this, you know, sleeping girl, and there's this creeper who's just like chilling in the corner of her ceiling, like, what up, I'm watching you sleep. I don't really know what this is about. This next book is the book that I'm currently reading right now, and it is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I have to say, I'm 100 pages in. So far, it hasn't thrilled me. I'm not entirely convinced that it is going to be amazing, but I think with the setup that it's given me, it has the potential to be really good. So I know this is the first book in a series, presumably a trilogy, and the second book comes out this this year, so hopefully I will be able to finish this and then read the next one when it comes out. So I'm kind of on top of things with the community. Next, I have Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, which I'm sure you have heard a lot about by now. This is probably just a broken record, but when I've read this, I give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was really great. I thought that the action took a lot of time in the book, and I think that the climax could have been shortened just a little bit because it got a little strenuous to read. There was so much going on. But all in all, the ending made me super excited for the second book, and I really want to know what's gonna happen because I honestly can't tell you. In case you didn't know, this book is told in a file, and it's been compiled, and it contains video surveillance, cameras, emails, and instant messages, and pretty much everything you can possibly think of. Somehow they managed to create a story out of it about a spaceship. It is damn cool, I have to say. I definitely recommend this to you if you're looking for something that will just enthrall you from start to finish. Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page, and I do not know much about this story except that I think it's a retelling of The Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy is the witch and she must die, or something along those lines. I've heard some good things about it. I know that it came out last year. I don't know if it's going to be a trilogy or really anything else, but I'm excited to get to this one. Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. This one also came out last year, and I just got it for Christmas from my sister. It's about a guy character who is gay, and he's in love with this person he met online, and there's another person from his school who figures it out and blackmails him for it. The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. This is a standalone novel by Patrick Ness, who is one of my favorite authors. He's written More Than This, the Chaos Walking series, and A Monster Calls. Is there any other books that he's written? I'm not really sure, but I give this one 3 out of 5 stars. I wasn't as impressed with it as I really wanted to be. The way he set it up was really smart. It's a story that is, you know, a contemporary, normal story with this war going on between superheroes, teenagers, and adults, I suppose, who are special, or what they call indie kids. They're the kind of people you would expect this story is written about. You get to know what's happening at the same time in this high school with the indie kids, but the story is really about the people who don't have any super special anything about them. It was fun to read, but ultimately there wasn't much of a payout to what was set up. The last book I have is something I'm really excited about, and it is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling, the illustrated edition, and I'm sure you've seen this. We have lots of illustrations in this book that are going to be really fun to read, so I'm really excited to have this. One of these books is supposed to come out every year, and I don't understand how that's going to happen because the rest of the books in the series are huge. Godspeed to the illustrator and the publisher. Good luck to you. And that is all for my book haul. Tell me down in the comments what you thought about any of these books that I mentioned. Other than that, that is all I have for you today. So I will see you next time, and thank you for watching.